I really appreciate the experience that I had with the Dean's Education Fellows, because at the same time I onboarded as an assistant superintendent for teaching and learning. And so I had that new role, which is the biggest job I've had in my life. And it's an extension of what took place over the summer. And I know that the successes that I'm experiencing now, even though it's very challenging, is because of the experience that I had with the fellows and the community here as well.
When I applied to this fellowship, I was looking for an entry point back into my district. Prior to coming to HGSE, I was a BPS teacher for 5 years. And then I was looking for a way to get into central office and hoping that this project would lead into me landing a position in central office. So when I came in, I was looking to both increase my network, but also to gain a different perspective within my district, considering in all the years prior, my knowledge base was limited to a single building.
What I learned through this is that education is an absolute Titanic, especially in the 6th largest district in the country, especially in a moment where South Florida was a hotspot for COVID-19. You can see the iceberg coming and you don't know if you can turn the ship fast enough. It has me thinking a lot about how do we make systems more nimble, more flexible, and how do we do that without harming families and communities? Ultimately, it comes down to relationships. And so as I head into the next phase of my career and of my learning, I'm continuously brought back to this idea of relationships undergirding everything that we do in education.
I created the strategic plan for the district's Office of Communications to ensure that language, technology, literacy, or housing transitions did not serve as barriers for engaging with and updating all families. And one specific strategy that I've led and is currently off the ground is a campaign for robocalls, text messages, and hard copy updates in all 10 district languages to guide families in signing up for their school accounts so that they continue to receive important updates as we begin the start of a new school year.
As a Dean's Education Fellow, I was seeking the opportunity to lend my labor and exercise to schools across the country facing dire straits in the wake of the pandemic. It was my hope to serve teachers like my mom in their efforts to provide an engaging and safe way for their students to learn. I was also eager to step into leadership, having just completed my program of study in the school leadership program.
When I accepted this fellowship, I was seeking to learn and I was looking to grow. In Baltimore, I worked on implementing a community-based mesh network pilot to bring a low-cost and sustainable internet solution to city schools' families, and then supported the district's continuous improvement work as well, particularly around culturally responsive pedagogy. I learned a lot about participatory design and how critical it is to create solutions with those whom these solutions are being designed for. I came to this fellowship from a background of working with independent non-state schools, and my experience this summer left me with a desire to work within public systems to transform them. And so I embarked on a radical reimagining of the possibilities of my own career and how I can contribute what I have learned to the world. And I really hope that I bring what I saw in Baltimore, which is what's possible when incredible people come together to work on issues that they care about, to other contexts across the world, particularly my hometown, my home country, Pakistan, and my hometown within it, Karachi.
In review of the data visualizations, which included measures like student attendance and first period tardiness, I realized that those metrics were not going to be meaningful for the upcoming year with COVID. So I developed recommendations of how the district could instead monitor attendance in different ways, like through access to technology, presence, and engagement during the upcoming school year. I also developed 2 surveys to gain district and school leadership and teacher feedback.
I accepted this fellowship because it was an opportunity to apply the learning I did throughout my master's program and career in academic research to the very real, on-the-ground, unprecedented challenges that lay ahead for the K-12 sector in light of the pandemic. I'm happy to say I've had a chance to learn a lot this summer. I worked alongside members of the Denver Public Schools Research and Evaluation Team, exploring the learning cost caused by the disruption of this past academic year, often referred to as COVID slide.
What started as a project for just teachers later expanded to support all district employees with their health and well-being. This comes from the premise that employees cannot pour from an empty cup, meaning we must take care of them before they can support others. Over the course of the fellowship, I had the opportunity to learn from various stakeholders within the district and gain insight into the wealth of resources available to employees. I use the information I gathered from these individuals to address district needs by providing additional resources from local community partners. These resources included grief and loss counseling sessions, wellness workshops, teacher check-ins, and self-care resources, to name a few. I harnessed the skills I gained through my coursework at HGSE to streamline this information onto one of the district's first ever employee wellness web pages.
I learned that when working with school districts, PFG is paramount. PFG is an acronym that stands for patience, flexibility, and grace. School districts are complex organizations serving diverse needs, and in an era where everything is changing faster than we can understand, the ability to navigate challenges with patience, flexibility, and grace will allow me to persevere in the midst of uncertainty.
As a Dean's Education Fellow, I was looking for an opportunity to use my experiences, skills, and knowledge I gained at HGSE to support my local school district's efforts to support families during a time of rapid change, uncertainty, and experimentation. I learned about the power of critical reflection and how valuable it is to carve out this time and space, even amidst conflicting priorities. The opportunity to pause and reflect is instrumental to systems and social change, even within the looming uncertainty of the future.
This summer, I worked with Cambridge Public Schools to support their professional learning and educator collaborative efforts. I was able to be a part of a lot of inspiring and complex conversations. It was amazing to work so closely with so many teachers and hear personal testimonies about their successes and challenges from the spring, as well as their ideas for moving forward this fall. I've gained new insight about what it means to collaborate across a district, as well as what it means to do so in a virtual environment. In many cases, it actually eliminated many previous barriers and allowed for deeper conversations to happen.
I'm confident that I speak for all of us when I say thank you so much to Dean Long, our supervisors, and all of those involved in the creation and execution of this fellowship that offered us this myriad of experiences.
And I really value this community.
As a first-generation Latina, I am grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
So I appreciate the foundation that I was able to get in.
Well, I'm very, very grateful for the experience I had this summer.
You guys are so talented and the field needs us so much. So thank you for going along on this ride, for responding to the call, to giving your time and your talent. I'm so happy, so overjoyed at what we were able to put together.